Welcome, everyone. I'm really glad to be here. So, can anyone tell me what day of the month it is? Yeah? Isabel, you tell me?
4th of December.
It's the 4th of December. And how did you know it's the 4th of December? Opened up the fourth door on the Advent calendar. Of course, everyone's got an Advent calendar these days, right? What have you got? What did you get in your Advent calendar? Lego? A piano? What grown-ups? What did you get in your Advent calendar? Chocolate. Lots of chocolate. Chocolate all around? Lovely. Well, I have a little present for you today. No, not even my kids know what's in here, okay? So, we are looking forward to Christmas. That's what Advent calendar is all about. And at Christmas, we open up presents. So, I'm going to let the children here open up this present and see what's inside. So, have you ever seen raw meat go into a pool of piranhas? Open it up. Right, and give me what's inside. Wow, this is quite raucous. Okay, show me what's inside. Thank you. Another present. Bit unexpected, but we'll come to this very soon. Thank you. So December is special because we start opening up our Advent calendars. We look forward to Christmas, okay? Show of hands from grown-ups and children, who has put on some Christmas music this year? Yeah, you purposely put it on, not just listen to it on the radio, you've actually put it on, yeah? Who's put up their Christmas decorations? Yeah. And who's put up their Christmas tree? Lovely, yes. We put up our tree yesterday. It was so good. So we love counting down to things. I think sometimes we get so excited about something so early on and get hyped up for it that may be a bit more exciting than the actual day. But when I get excited about something, I rub my hands together like this. Zoe really doesn't like it when I do that. And I rub my hands together. I do it without even thinking about it. But I get really excited. I just do it as a natural instinct. When I rub my hands together and get excited. Someone else who gets excited, maybe it's been passed down, but I have three children, 3 daughters, Philippa, Isabel, and Imogen, who I think is at the back. Imogen has just recently turned 5, and before then, we were building up her birthday, saying, oh, you're going to be 5 soon? It's only in 3 days' time. Oh, it's tomorrow. You're going to be 5. How exciting. And then on the morning of her birthday, she comes into our bedroom, and we say, happy birthday, Imogen, you're 5. I kid you not, the first thing she said is, nearly 6. So she's well in there looking forward to the next year. But 365 days later of rubbing her hands together, getting excited about being 6. So yeah, absolutely loving it. I think it maybe is a human thing. But what are we looking forward to for Christmas? What are you looking forward to?
All the presents.
Opening up presents, of course. What else are we looking forward to? Yes, Caleb? Celebrating Jesus, very good. Christmas dinner. Yeah, in my notes, funnily, I had Christmas dinner written twice. So I'm really excited about looking forward to Christmas dinner. Presents and seeing friends and family. Is that what you're going to say? Yeah, friends and family.
I was praying.
And what?
I was praying about
Yeah, you were praying about that. And I'm hoping for snow. Is anyone else hoping for snow? I mean, it would make Christmas really Christmassy, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's open the next layer of this. Okay, carefully. Last time. Okay, as it gets smaller, it gets more difficult. Right, careful. I might have to open up the next one. Is it another present? Okay, it's another present. Okay, let's have a look. Thank you. It's getting smaller and smaller. At first, I thought it was going to be a big teddy or like a huge load of sweets, but it's getting smaller and smaller. Okay, I'm up here to tell you that the thing to look forward to for Christmas isn't all these things that we just spoke about, even though they are really good. And snow, believe me, is going to be really good when it comes on Christmas. But it is Jesus. That's very predictable. It's a very predictable answer for me to give from up here. But let me tell you why. Why is it important? Why is it so special that we look? Well, I'll answer it. You probably do have the answers, which is great. But let me answer it for you. Let's go back in time to think of a time before Jesus came. So, hundreds of years before Jesus was around, people thought that their Messiah, which is a bit of a special word, just means someone coming to save them. They thought their Messiah was going to be a great warrior, someone who was going to lead them into battle and be a great military leader, someone who was going to defeat their enemies by the sword. Some people thought that he was going to be a great leader, maybe a king, maybe someone who would lead not into battle, but make their nation really good by the power of their word, not by the sword. And then there were some people who thought he was going to be a leader of a religious group of people, a bit like a recluse in the distance. So, what do we have here? So I built this up to be a big present, to be an absolute big present. I brought out this big one, thinking it's going to be something massive inside, and getting really excited. But do you want to show? I'll show you what's inside.
Nothing.
Socks? Socks? Socks. I went through all that effort wrapping that up, and all that's inside, very surprising, is socks. Is really socks. They will fit me later. I'm not just using them as a as a prop. Socks. That is very strange, really unexpected and insignificant, right? I was expecting so much more. As were the people expecting the birth of their Messiah. They were expecting so much more. They were expecting Jesus to be born to a royal family. But let's look. We've got a reading of Luke chapter 2. If we could put that on the screen, please. Luke chapter 2, verses 6 to 7. Thank you. And while Mary and Joseph were there, that's in Bethlehem, the time came for Mary to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling cloths and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for him at the inn. Jesus was born to normal parents in a fairly, maybe a little bit different than normal, being born in a manger, but still, he wasn't royalty, was he? He grew up as a boy, he grew up then later as a man, and he took on his father's trade, being a carpenter, which is making things with wood. So he did all the things that a normal boy would do, a normal baby would do even, a normal boy, and then later on a man. So he knew what it was like to be human. He knew happiness, he knew sadness, he knew joy, he knew worry, he knew fear, he knew all these things. He experienced life as a human being. But from the outside, he wasn't so special. He didn't seem as special. But he wasn't like a warrior. He wasn't what someone was expected to be, a warrior or a king or a spiritual leader or something like that. But listen up, he was really special for one big reason. And there's one reason that we can all agree on as Christians, that Jesus was and is God. That's a really big statement to make, that he is God. Not that he was God's messenger, or that God's prophet or anything like this, or a really good warrior, a good king. He was God. Fully and utterly, he was entirely God. We call Jesus as part of the Trinity, we call him God the Son, which means he's God the human. He's God the human being. God that's came down, and he is the human. And this is the most significant event in all of history up to that point. Most hugest thing. So it's not like these socks where it's really insignificant. It was such a big thing where God intervened in history, in the line of history, and gave us his one and only Son, Jesus Christ. And at that point, he set his plan into motion. What is going to happen then has set into motion from his birth, from his birthday. From him lying in a manger, for him being in swaddling cloths, lying in a manger, to him on the cross saying, "It is finished." That is the start of it. It was really special, right? It's really special because God just didn't send his Son just to come to earth to save mankind, even though that is a real big deal. But this is God, the creator of the universe. God, the creator of every grain of sand on the beach. I was going to say on the sea. In the beach. God, the creator of all land and sea across the whole earth. And God, who put every freckle on your body. He designed you as you are. That amazing God sent his only Son to die for you and to be born. So let's, hold on. No, not yet. His birth, really drilling this in, his birth was so significant that before Jesus was born, we now call that BC. Time counted down to Jesus' birth. We now regard it as counting down to Jesus' birth. That's BC. And then, and then after his birth, that's AD, and it counts up. Even time itself is split in two because of this amazing, significant event. And especially, angels announced his birth. So we're going to read another part from Luke 2. Luke 2, verse 11 to 14. It says, For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Saviour who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloths lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace among those whom he is pleased. So he grew up as a human. He experienced everything that we've experienced, but he was set apart. He was fully human and fully God. Now this is where my sock analogy falls apart, as I didn't bring any socks that are fully socks and fully God. Jesus is the only thing that is fully human and fully God. He was a human who was God. So can the band come up? Is it the band next? Yeah. So Jesus was born so that he could die as our sacrifice. That was the whole purpose of him being born. We live 2,000 years later, looking back at that event and celebrating it a month long, maybe even more if you celebrate it in November. So let's celebrate it and enjoy it. And as Christmas is only 3 weeks away, yes, it is only 3 weeks away, as each day passes, I want you to rub your hands together, look forward to it, and get hyped because of all the great things that you'll have to experience on that day, but also remembering that Jesus was born on that day 2,000 odd years ago, and that marked a significant event where God's plan was set into motion to save us. And you'll hear more about how he saves us at Easter. But yeah, so Jesus dies for us on the cross. He was the ultimate sacrifice. And I want you to look forward to Christmas with all the kids, everyone involved, friends and family, thinking about how amazing Jesus is. Thank you.